let's begin in the area of Torafat. What do we see? We see intense bombardments by the Turks. And why are they doing this? I think it's pretty obvious. In Idlib, going up against pro-Assad forces in the Russians, the Turks, with the heavy losses they are taking themselves, they are learning that Idlib has fallen. They will not be able to stop the Russian-backed Assad army. So now they're setting their eyes and they're setting their goals on Rojava and YPG-held territory, which the Russians will help a little bit, but they will not airstrike to hell. That is my prediction. I believe that they will eventually try and take some parts of Rojava and get some sort of land out of this conflict. Now let's look in Idlib, and in Idlib we see some of the most intense fighting we have seen in this entire last month. Near Sarakib, I think it should be noted, we see a massive counterattack by the rebels, which have retaken Nayrab, which, if you guys remember, just a week ago, the pro-Assad forces took it, and it was a major victory under intense bombardments by the Russians, and now the rebels have retaken it, and they are using that momentum to perhaps, maybe, take the city of Sarakib. In the countryside of Sarakib, we even see anti-tank guided missiles being launched against pro-Assad forces as they retreat. If the rebels do retake Sarakib, even just for a day, that will set in a sentiment of distrust among the civilian peoples in the pro-Assad land, as they'll be driving down the road and anti-tank guided missiles will be launched right next to them, and that's not going to be a good look for the pro-Assad government. So will they be able to retake Sarakib? I think the rebels are willing to sacrifice every man they can to at least make a statement of this significance. So Sarakib, we will see tomorrow. Will it be taken? Will it not? And as we go south along this front line, we see that it has turned into a straight line. This pocket, which was once a very large pocket, is now being eaten and chewed away by the pro-Assad government forces. Now, I think it should be noted, this western end with all the mountains, it has not been taken just yet. None of the mountains have been invaded yet, but we do see pro-Assad forces getting ready to go there. Although this area looks pretty small, the mountains are deceiving, because obviously terrain doesn't go just a kilometer flat, it's a kilometer up, kilometer down, kilometer up. Especially with all the tunnels and the lack of movement for tanks and APCs, which is what the pro-Assad government forces have been using to such great effect. And that is it for Idlib today. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see what goes on. Will they retake Syria, the rebels? In southern Syria, in the capital of Damascus, we see a car bomb detonated in a tunnel. That's quite disturbing. Obviously, the rebels are making actions throughout Syria, trying to make some sort of uproar as Idlib continues to fall. And south of that, it looks like one of the opposition forces, one of the rebel groups, their leader was assassinated. The only other news we see in all of Syria today is in Rojava, next to the city of Geraspi, which is just the regular daily bombardments. Now, again, I think the Turks are going to be looking at Rojava, seeing what other territory they can take, because the Russians are focused on Idlib right now. I don't think in the next 2 months that we're only going to see Idlib be taken. I think we're going to see the Turks move in.
واحمل الرايات حرا واحتمل حملا ثقيلا.